local church has huge potential to bring hope and transformation to children, families and communities. The compassion resource Qava can play an important role in making this a reality. Through the church, Qava strengthens the context of the child by helping families in their wider community work together to solve common problems.
In order to achieve this, the church must tackle two mindsets that trap people in poverty. These are fatalism and dependency. A fatalistic mindset is the result of people feeling that they have no choice, they have no options. They believe they have no control over what happens to them, and therefore they say to themselves, what will be, will be. The other mindset of dependency is a belief and acceptance in poor communities that they have no resources, and therefore the only way that they can survive is by handouts.
So how do we change these mindsets? How do we help these people see that they are of value, that they have talents and gifts and resources to offer, and that they can do things for themselves and shape their own future? Well, we do this by helping individuals and groups discover for themselves key truths that can be found in Scripture. The process of discussing and reflecting on these passages deepens the understanding so that people become aware of God's love for them and that they have a role to play in building His kingdom.
So let's look at a couple of Bible studies in Qava that reinforce these points. The story of blind Bartimaeus shows the unique role of the church in reaching out to the poor and marginalised. This story is significant in that Jesus invites the crowd to bring Bartimaeus forward so that he becomes the focus of everyone's attention. This is a challenge to us to put the poor at the centre of our ministry.
The woman who touched the cloak of Jesus was isolated in every possible way, physically, socially, emotionally, and spiritually, and his response was to give her time, space, dignity, and healing. This story challenges us to ask ourselves, who are those in our community who are trapped in the same way as this woman was, and in what ways can we alleviate their suffering and give them self-worth?
Poor and vulnerable people may feel that they have very little, but Bible stories such as the feeding of the 5,000 and Elisha and the widow's oil show clearly that if we offer the little we have to God, He can use it to create an abundance. From the willingness of a small boy to share his 5 loaves and 2 fish, a crowd in excess of 5,000 had more than enough to eat. And with a tiny drop of oil, a destitute widow was able to pay off her debts and earn enough for her and her 2 sons to live on. These studies challenge us to think about what a miracle would look like for our church and our community. And what do we have to offer to God?
Once the church, as individuals and as a body, have grasped their value before God and the fact that they have resources to offer, then they're encouraged to celebrate all the resources that exist within the church and that can be used to help those in need in the church and the community. These include human resources such as people's skills, gifts, experience, and physical resources such as buildings, land, and money. All of these can be used creatively to build strong communities which are self-reliant and confident in a vision for the future. Children and young people can provide invaluable contribution as they have a huge amount of creativity and energy to offer.
It is hoped that, having been envisioned, church members will have energy, confidence and unity. Energy to work together, confidence in the power of Scripture to transform mindsets, and unity over a common vision to be salt and light in their community. This is often expressed through the coming together of young and old on a small initiative within the church, which will help to increase confidence further and build skills which they will then be able to use when working with their community.
The children and young people should always be part of this envisioning process, They too have gifts and talents, energy and passion that can be used to bless their communities.